Hello guys, welcome back to Data Run. I'm so glad you visited once again. Thank you so much, and I really do appreciate that. So today, very quickly, I'll be talking about the 5 steps you need to know in data analysis. Trust me, these steps are very important in every data analysis project that you want to embark on. Now, with these steps, you can actually and confidently embark on any data analysis project and you will come out good. Alright, so let's dive in. Wait, just before we dive in, if you still haven't subscribed yet to this channel, please do, and I'm gonna wait for you to do that, okay? Alright, thank you so much for subscribing, and trust me, you won't miss out on any of the content that will be coming your way, and trust me, the content is gonna be just for you. Alright, so let's go in now. Now, the first thing to consider once you're starting out your data analysis project is the question you're trying to answer. Now, this is the first step. So the first step is actually the question. You need to know the question you're trying to answer. You need to know what the possible problem is that you're trying to find solutions to. Because basically in your data analysis project, you're actually trying to find answers to probably problems that existed or problems you never knew, but they existed. But basically you're trying to find answers. And before you can find answers, you need questions. So most of the time you have questions before you start out your analysis project, or you even get to have questions in the middle of the project resulting from your data. So you can actually get questions from the top, but the main thing is you must have a question you're trying to answer, because you need to solve a problem and the answer to that problem is in your data. But if you don't know the problem you're trying to solve, then you will not find an answer to anything. So the second thing is data wrangling. Data wrangling sounds like a buzzword, yeah? Actually, data wrangling may be one of the data buzzwords, but what this means is your ability to access data, extract the data, clean it, and put it in the right place where you can actually use for your analysis. Now, you have a question you're trying to answer from the first step, but however, you need to get the data to answer the question, because you need data to be able to give answers to the questions you have from the previous step. So the ability for you to get this data, clean it, and make it in a format that you can actually make some form of exploration in it is very important, and that's what makes up the data wrangling step. So now that you have data in the appropriate format, the next thing for you to do is data exploration. You need to look through your data. You need to go through your data to every detail of your data to be able to get the facts from it. You need to be able to recognize trends. You need to be able to find patterns. You need to be able to get insights from your data. So you might need to augment your data in different formats, try to do like feature engineering just to get the necessary insights that you need from your data. So this step is where the answer to your questions actually lies, because this is where you find the pattern, this is where you find the seemingly trends, this is where you get the insight about your data with regards to the question you have to answer. So you need to pay critical attention to this step, because you don't want to miss out on the facts about your data. So this step is very, very important. So step number 4, now that you've been able to recognize certain insights, certain patterns, certain trends from your data, the next thing is you need to be certain, you need to be sure about those insights that you've gotten. You need to be sure about what those insights say pertaining to the questions you have to answer. So this is where we leverage on machine learning algorithms and statistical algorithms just to be sure of what our data is telling us. So we leverage on these algorithms just to come to a level of certainty about what our data is telling us. And it's also very important because you don't just want to push a kind of insight out there that you're not too certain about. So we make use of inferential statistics, descriptive statistics, and even machine learning algorithms to just be certain about what our data is telling us and try to test with other data sets to be sure that it is not just about the data we had, but it's also applicable to every other data set, especially once we launch into the market. Finally, you've gotten to the last step of this process, because it looks like everything is checked. You had a question, yeah. You actually got the data, fine, you explored the data, good enough. Now you've been able to come to a valid conclusion or some level of certainty about what your data is saying, good enough. Finally, you need to communicate. So data communication is very important, and that's the final step of the entire data analysis process. Now this step is very important because it can actually make your work good or make your work appear bad. Now you have an audience that you're trying to communicate to. Now this is very important because you need to understand your audience. You need to know the audience you're trying to communicate this result to or your conclusions to. So you need to understand their perception of the problem. You need to understand how they expect to get the answers, in what format, and that's where data visualization also comes in. So you can actually make your conclusion to be displayed in like charts or like nice format that will not lead to a lot of brain clutter. Still in this step, you also leverage on data storytelling. You make your data tell a story, right from when you got the question and from when you got the data, why you got the data, and then from how you analyzed the data, the exploration step, and how you came to a conclusion, leveraging on the algorithms, machine learning and statistical algorithms. And then your data must tell a story. It's very important that your data tells a story because this is where it makes it more convincing for your expected audience. And that's very important. And you don't want to miss out on the entire process by not making your step 5 strong. So this final step has to be super strong because this determines if the project will go to live or not. So it is very important that you pay close attention to how you communicate the results. So thank you so much guys for staying all the way till now. I really appreciate your time and period of learning and I can't take it for granted. And I'm with you on this. Okay, so if you like the video, please click the like button and don't forget to share with your friends or whoever would also need to learn about these 5 steps. Okay, and if you still haven't subscribed yet, I don't think you want to miss out on more content that are coming. So it is safe for you to click the subscribe button and also try to turn on the notification so that once a new video drops, you will be the first to get an alert. Thank you so much and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye for now.